Welcome, welcome. So this one is, I was really hoping that I do a bit of kind of bringing the sunshine in with our practice, because this one's inspired. It's a little bit late. This one is inspired by an event which happened last week, which was the summer solstice, the longest day. I think it was last Tuesday. And I was reading about some of the events that were taking place around the world to mark this occasion. And they invariably involve fire or heat of some description in honour and recognition of the sun and all of it, all that it brings us, all that it offers us in that sense. It's like people here, some brave souls wake up at some ungodly hour and go to Stonehenge to watch the sun rise over the stones. And the sun plays an important part in yoga. We've got our sun salutes, our Surya, the word for sun in Sanskrit, Surya Namaskar. There is a sun breath. There's a sun chant. So that kind of honouring of the sun plays a role in yoga as well. But I was thinking about the sun, and we talk about the moon in terms of phases. We say there's a waxing moon, a waning moon, we have a full moon, a new moon. I thought, well, the same kind of thing applies to the sun. The sun that we see at sunrise is not the same sun that we see at noon, nor is it really the same intensity or sun that we see at sunset. So what I've attempted to do, a little bit of creative license through our practice today, is I've taken us through a kind of series of sun salutes, but honouring that differing energy of the sun. So we'll start off quite slowly and close to the earth for our sunrise. We'll build up to that, almost mirroring that heat and intensity of the noonday sun, and then bring the energy back down towards the end. So it sounds a bit hectic. It's not. It's nice and gentle to begin with. We build up a little bit of heat in the middle and then come back down again. So but we're going to start off on the floor, warming ourselves up. So come to lie down on your backs today. If you need to prop something underneath the back of your head, go ahead and find yourself a cushion or a blanket. And then ease your way down onto your back. Yeah, I was hoping I'd kind of bring the sun out, but I think it's next week we're going to see a return of the sunshine. Give your knees a little hug, a little squeeze this morning, maybe a gentle massage through your back if you're feeling a little tight in that area. And then go ahead and bring your feet down to the floor. Now, feel free to keep your knees bent, widen your feet, and then just rest your knees against each other if you've got a little bit of tension in your low back today. Or you can straighten the legs out in front of you, about hip width apart, relaxing the toes out to the side. So you're beginning to open up through the hips. So I'm just going to come up to seated so I can talk to you. And for this morning, we'll bring the arms down alongside you with your palms up towards the ceiling, if that's comfortable with you. Lovely. Taking a moment there to get yourself nice and comfortable. So go ahead and make any of those adjustments that you need, maybe tucking your chin down towards your chest a little bit, or adjusting your hips so the lower back feels nice and spacious. And then I'd invite you to close your eyes this morning. Take a nice deep breath in. And as you breathe out, breathe away anything that might have brought you here this morning. Maybe you've been very busy this last few days or over the weekend, or maybe you've got a lot to do after the practice this morning. But see if you can just breathe that away so that you can enjoy your practice unencumbered by any thoughts about what has happened or what's to come for the rest of the day. Rooting yourself in the here and now. And we'll start straight off by thinking about the sun with a very simple breath-based meditation. You don't have to move, it just helps us bring our awareness to our breath. It brings us into our bodies. So just bring your awareness to your right arm, your right hand resting down on the floor beside you. And on your next inhale, imagine breathing all the way up the right arm and across the chest. And as you breathe out, imagine breathing out and down through the left arm and the left fingertips. So breathing in, up through the right arm and feeling that rise of the chest. And as you breathe out, feel the breath leave the body through the left arm, through the fingertips. So continuing now to imagine that breath, you can give it a colour if you like, or a stream of light coming up through the right arm and lifting your chest, and then leaving and releasing down the left side. And the right side of our body is the side of our body that's associated with the energy of the sun, the warmth, the energy, the heat. Whilst the left side of the body is associated with the moon, qualities of quiet, calm. There's two opposing energies, so just tapping into that right side, breathing in and up, all the way up the right arm and across the chest, and then down and out through the left. Let's do that a couple more times. And when you finish this next round, just allowing the breath to settle to a nice and steady rhythm that you can keep going throughout the practice today. And then let's just turn the hands down towards the floor. The palms are flat to the floor. Give the fingers a little tap on your mats, just waking up through the wrists. And if your legs are outstretched in front of you, let's all bend the knees now and walk your heels back in towards your bottom. So your feet and your knees are about hip width apart. Lovely. Let's start to tap into that breath, begin to warm up through the body. So as you inhale, reach both arms up towards the ceiling and maybe all the way back behind you if your shoulders feel okay with that. And as you exhale, lower the arms, but lift the hips up into a little shoulder bridge. So as you inhale, you lower the hips and reach both arms back above your head, or just reach them up to the ceiling if that's more comfortable. And then as you exhale, lower the arms back down and lift the hips up. So continuing now that opposing energy, inhale, stretching through the side body as you reach the arms back above the head. And exhale, feel the back of the legs begin to wake up as you push the hips up towards the ceiling. Do that a couple more times. Inhaling, reaching the arms back. And exhaling, maybe coming up a little bit higher as you push the hips up. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, dropping the hips, reach the arms back. And exhaling, lifting the hips up. As you lower your hips and reach both arms back above the head, pause this next time. So the arms are lengthened back, your bottom is on the floor. And from there, stretch one leg and then the other leg out in front of you. So we'll find ourselves in a full body stretch. Just start to turn the wrists and the ankles there, little circles as you warm up into the joints. First one way, and then circling round in the opposite direction, little twirling there. Lovely. And then we'll lower the arms and bring your feet back in towards your sit bone, just as we've done. Lovely. Let's bring the right knee, just the right knee up and in towards your chest. Give it a squeeze. Other foot is on the floor and the knee is bent. So as you squeeze that knee in towards your chest, your knee might come down towards your armpit a little bit, depending on how your hips feel today. And then finding a hamstring stretch, so holding on around the back of the thigh, take the leg up towards the ceiling. And just point and flex your foot this time a few times, stretching into the front and the back of the ankle. That's pointing and flexing, pointing and flexing. And then keeping the foot flexed, push the heel up towards the ceiling. Have a little bend in the back of the knee there if the hamstring feels tight, and make sure you're not lifting your bottom off the floor. And we're going to cross your right ankle over your left knee. Let that right knee open out to the side as you bring your arms out, left to right. So like the top of a letter T. Lovely. We'll take a breath in. As you breathe out, we're going to bring the knees over to the right side. Lovely. And then as you inhale, come up through the middle. And as you exhale, we'll tick-tock over to the other side. Sole of the foot leads the way. Inhale to center. Exhale, legs coming over to the right, so that knee is leading the way. Inhale to center. And as you exhale, bring the sole of the foot to the floor. Lovely. We'll come all the way back through the middle. Now keep pressing the knee away from you as you bring both arms back down alongside the body. Press into the palms of the hands. And then as you inhale, reach the arms all the way back above the head. And as you exhale, lower the arms and push the hips up with that right ankle crossed over the left. Inhale, drop the hips, reach the arms back. And as you exhale, lift the hips up again. Try to keep that right knee open. If this is too much for your right knee, you can always bring both feet to the floor and repeat what we've just done. So lifting the hips up as the arms come down. Let's do that one more time. Inhale to reach the arms back, lower the hips. And the next time your hips are lifted and your arms are lowered, we'll pause. And then slowly, slowly, slowly roll your way down through the spine. Lovely, coming all the way back to center. And then uncross the feet and bring both feet down to the floor. Lovely, let's try that on the other side. So giving your left knee a nice big squeeze. Again, it might come out towards your armpit a little bit. Getting a nice stretch out through the lower back as you hug that knee in towards your chest or towards your armpit. And then let's wake up the hamstrings by holding on around the back of the leg this time. You might take the leg up towards the ceiling. And again, pointing and flexing a few times. Pointing and flexing. I apologise if there's some noise from the outside there. There's a big van parked on my drive and they're doing something to the telegraph pole, so apologies if that's a little bit intrusive. And then flexing the foot, push the heel up and away from you, open up through the back of the leg. And then we'll cross left ankle over right knee. So again, we start just by encouraging that left knee to stay pressing away from you as you bring the arms out level with your shoulders, ready for that little tick-tock side to side. So we'll take a breath in, and breathing out, we'll drop the knees over to the left. So you're bringing that right knee down towards the floor. Inhale to center. Then we'll come over to the other side. Keep pressing that left knee away from you, pointing up towards the sky. Inhale to center. Exhale, take that little tick-tock over to the left. Inhale to center. And over to the right as you exhale. Just rock across the back of the pelvis. We'll come all the way back up through the middle. And keep pressing the knee away from you. We'll bring both arms down alongside you now. Ready for that little lift. And if it's too much with the ankle cross, you just bring both feet down to the floor and repeat that little sequence we did to start with. So inhale, reach both arms back above the head. Exhale, bring the arms down, lift the hips up so you can feel that right leg this time really working. Inhale, lower the hips, reach the arms back. And exhale, push the hips up as you bring the arms down. Let's do that twice more. So again, if this is a little bit too much today, you can keep both feet on the floor, just lift and lower the hips that way. Last time to stretch the arms back as you inhale. And as you lift your hips and lower your arms, let's all pause. So the hands are down alongside you, your hips are lifted. Slowly, slowly, slowly roll your way down through your spine. Bring your left knee in towards your chest and bring your right knee to join it. So one hand on each knee. Have a little circle out with the knees there. Massage through the low back, taking the knees round in one direction, then change direction, come round in the opposite way. Then just decide how you want to come up to seated. So you might just roll to one side, or like me, you can hold behind your knees and roll your way up. Lovely. Let me take my jumper off. I'm warming up, which is good. So a little bit for our backs now. So if you know your back is tight, feel free to pop something underneath your bottom there, or pop a bend in the knees. I'm going to hook one thumb over the other like a little butterfly and reach both arms up towards the sky. So your upper arms are hugging your ears. We're going to keep them glued there as you inhale and reach nice and tall. Exhale, take a little hinge forwards, keeping your arms by your ears. Inhale, we're going to reach up towards the sky. And inhale, take that little hinge forwards. Lovely, arms by your ears. One more time, inhale. And exhale to lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Pause, and now reaching the fingertips. And then slowly bring the arms down by the side of the legs. Maybe they're on your thighs, your shins. You might even be able to wrap your hands around your toes. But keep lengthening out through the back. Draw your chin down towards your chest very gently so the neck is in line with the spine as you just open up through the back seam of the body there. Lovely. And slowly, slowly we'll roll our way up. I'll come round to find you, to face you, and we'll bring the right knee up and in towards your chest. So just interlace your hands around the front of your knee so you can sit up nice and tall there. Again, stretching and working the muscles of the back body as you kick the other heel out in front of you. Lovely. Now we're coming into a twist, so keep that length through the spine as you use your hand or your elbow to give the knee a squeeze. Right hand wraps behind you, fingertips to the floor. We start to turn towards your right knee. You can keep your gaze forwards or just turn your head over that back shoulder or look towards the side if that's more comfortable. Really feel that bringing out through the back. Lovely, slowly release. We're going to let that right knee roll open out to the side. So left hand comes down by your left hip. Now reach the right arm up. Now take an inhale, and as you exhale, reach across on the diagonal and bring the back of the hand to the outside of your shin, your thigh, or you might even be able to take the outside of that left foot. So you're drawing the body down towards that left leg using the back of the hand. So you might be quite high, that's fine. Ease your way down. Lovely, and then we'll slowly roll our way up. You're going to bend your left knee and tuck the shin behind you, so you're sitting down like a little mermaid. Now really plug your left sit bone down into the floor as you bring your left hand onto your hip. You're going to lift your left buttock up off the floor, so space between your bottom and the floor, and then roll the hip forwards, and then bring your bottom all the way back down. So you're going to lift your hip up and roll it forward, so you're getting that nice rotation through the hip, and then come all the way back down. Lovely. One more time, rolling the hip forwards, and then coming all the way back down. You can stay with this or reach the left arm out to the side, take an inhale, and as you exhale, reach the arm across the body, and this time you lift the hips up and push the hips forwards. Inhale, drop the hips, sweep the arm out to the side. You can stick with that lesser option if that feels better for your hip today. Do that one more time. Inhale, reaching out to the side. Exhale, lifting up. You can take the gaze down towards the floor, and then slowly, slowly, slowly we'll lower down. Left hand holds onto your left shin or ankle. We can kind of come into a little side bend, so reach the right arm up and really bend that left elbow as you stretch the arm over the top of the head. You can look up or down, whatever works for you this morning. You might just want to stay here in a simple side bend, or bring that left hand over to your right thigh, and you start to twist your body towards the right, but keep leaning over to the left. So we've got a little twist and a side bend going on. Let's come all the way back up through the middle. Just bring the hands down so you can give the legs a little shake, shake. And then we'll swap sides. So hugging that left knee in this time. So we're really trying to sit up nice and tall here. So you're using that leg for a little bit of traction to lift up and out of your sit bones there. Lovely one to at the back of the body. And then right hand or elbow gives that knee a squeeze. And we come into a twist, bringing the left hand behind your left hip there, turning the body towards that knee. Keep that extended leg nice and active as you pull the toes back towards your face. Beautiful. And then slowly, slowly releasing, letting that knee roll open. You can always pop something under your knee for a little bit more comfort there if that's a little bit uncomfortable on your hip. Right hand by your right hip, left arm reaches up. Let's take an inhale. Exhale, reaching across the body, back of the hand comes to the outside of your right leg. So you might reach your foot, you might just have it on your shin or your thighs. You're drawing the body down towards that extended leg, not worrying how far you come. Lovely, and then we'll sit ourselves up. Now bend your right knee now and tuck it behind you. And really try and sit your right sit bone down. Sometimes you feel a little bit imbalanced there, so really put as much weight as you can in the right side. Right hand to hip. And then lift the bottom off the floor and press the hip forward. So you get a nice rotation. And then come all the way down. So you lift up and press the hip forward. So you're getting a little twist. And then really try and sit that sit bone into the mat one more time. Lovely. So you can stay here or reach the arm out, take an inhale. Exhale, arm sweeps in front of the face, maybe pick the hips up. And then inhale, lower the hips, reach out to the side. We'll do that twice more. So whatever variation you're doing, sweeping the arm in front of the face, and then coming all the way down. Lovely. We'll do that one more time. Whoop. Lifting up, coming all the way down. This time, right hand holding onto your right shin or ankle. So left arm comes up and over into that lovely side bend. So try and drop some weight into the elbows. You take the arm over the top of the head. You can tuck your chin in or look down. And again, you can stay there, or right hand comes across to your left thigh. We try and turn the body round towards the left there. So you're kind of peeping underneath your left armpit. Lovely. And then slowly, slowly release. Give the legs a little shake. And then we'll find our way round onto all fours here. So making sure you've got some space in front of you, some space behind you. So pressing into your hands there, lengthening out through the spine, tops of the feet, palms of the hands pressing into the mat. That lovely flat back position. You know where this is going. Our cat and our cow. So as we inhale, let your belly dip and your chest pull forwards. Keep pressing into your hands. And then exhale like an angry cat, rounding the back. Let's just roll with the breath now. Inhale, chest pulls forwards. We look forwards. And then exhale, navel to spine. Rounding on up. Let's do that a couple more times. Remember, you can always widen your hands if your chest or shoulders feel a little tight today. Rounding on up. Let's do that once more. Inhale. And exhale. Lovely. So we'll come back to our tabletop and moving your hips back towards your heels. Let's come into a child pose, but we'll keep it nice and active. So walk your hands forwards. Come onto the tips of your fingers and thumbs. And just ease your hips back as you press your fingertips forwards and down, forehead coming towards the floor. Let's continue to move with the breath. So as you inhale, press into your fingers. You lift your chest and just look to the top of your mat. And as you exhale, allow the chest to sink down. So inhale, you're lifting your chest, you're looking forwards as you press into your fingertips. And exhale to release. Do that one more time, inhaling. And as you exhale this time, you can keep your fingertips lifted and your palms lifted, pressing your fingertips forwards and down. Or you can just relax your hands down onto your mat if you just want a more restorative child pose today. So you decide where you need to be this morning. You're keeping the arms active, you're trying to hug your shoulders away from your ears there. Breathing into the back and the side of the body. And then from there, we'll find our way back onto all fours, but this time tucking your toes under, ready for puppy pose. So if this is too much, you can always come back to that child pose. Take your knees back a little ways. Walk your hands forwards, reaching to the top corners of your mat. Now send your bottom back up and back and bring your forehead or your chest down towards your mat. So you're getting a deep stretch between your shoulder blades there. Bottoms pressing up and back. It's called puppy pose. If you've ever seen cats and dogs stretch in the morning, they're kind of doing this. Lovely. And then from there, walking your hands back underneath your shoulders. Inhale as you look forwards. And as you exhale, let's push the hips up into a downward dog. Have a little pedal out through the feet this morning. Maybe a wag of your tail as you move your hips from side to side. We're going to start to build our little sunrise sun salutes. So when you're ready, we're going to come back down onto all fours, lifting your chest, and then flatten your feet. We're going to come into a child pose. And come up into standing kneeling. So push the hips forwards and up, rise up, sweeping the arms all the way out and up. And then we'll bring the hands down to the heart. Okay, here we go with our little sunrise flow. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. And as you exhale, we bring the hands down onto the floor, back onto all fours. Tuck the toes under as you inhale, lift your chest. And as you exhale, slide your hands forward and send your hips back into your puppy pose. Inhaling, slide the hands back under the shoulders. And as you exhale, lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Back down onto all fours, taking an inhale. And flatten your feet as you take a child pose. Exhale. Up onto your knees as you inhale, sweeping the arms out and up. And exhale, bring the hands down to the heart. Lovely, let's do that twice more. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Exhale onto all fours, tucking your toes under. Lift your chest as you inhale. And as you exhale, slide the hands forward, let the chest dip as you send your hips back. Sliding the hands back under the shoulders, breathing in. Lifting the hips, breathing out into your downward dog. Down onto all fours as you inhale. And flatten your feet into a child pose. Exhale. Come up onto your knees, breathing in, sweep the arms out and up. Hands to heart, exhale, lovely. Let's do that one more time, inhale. So gathering up a little bit of energy, but starting nice and slow. Exhale onto all fours. Tuck the toes under, lift the chest as you breathe in. Exhale, sliding the hands forwards, let your chest sink down. Back onto all fours, breathing in. And breathing out, up into your downward facing dog. Last time. Down onto all fours, breathing in. Flatten your feet, take a child pose, exhale. Come up onto your knees. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. And we'll all meet with the hands together at the heart. Just pause for a moment. Lovely. Let's start to build up. So as you come back down onto all fours, tuck the toes and find that downward dog, pedaling the feet out as you wake up into the backs of the legs. And then take your dog for a walk, bringing your feet to the top of the mat. So we meet in a forward fold. You can bend your knees, you can cradle your elbows, allow the body to sway gently side to side if that feels nice this morning. Lovely. And then letting go of your arms, slowly, 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 we'll roll our way up to stand there. Beautiful. And then when you get there, we're going to come into our mountain pose. So arms down alongside the body there with your palms facing forward. So feel nice and grounded through your feet and lift it up through the breastbone. Ready to continue with our little sun salute flow this morning. Hopefully we'll bring the sun out with our energy this morning. So we'll start with our half sun salutes. So as you inhale, I'm going to take the arms up towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, bring the hands behind you and just rest them on your lower back. As you inhale, lift your chest, so you squeeze the elbows together. And exhale, bend the knees, slide the hands down the backs of the legs into a forward fold. Sliding the hands up the front of the legs into your flat back, take an inhale and exhale to fold. Rising all the way up to stand as you breathe in, sweep the arms out and up. Then hands coming down to heart, exhale, lovely. Let's do that twice more. Inhale, sweep the arms up. You can look up if that's okay for you. Exhale, bring the hands around onto your lower back. Lift your chest, squeeze the elbows together, breathing in. And then slide the hands down the backs of the legs into your forward fold. Coming into your flat back as you breathe in, hands to your shins or your thighs. And exhale to fold. Oh, you got a visit from Mealy. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Hands coming down to heart. Exhale. Not seen it for a while, have we? Last time, inhale. Our half sun salutes. Exhale, bring the hands onto your lower back. Lift your chest, take an inhale. And last time to exhale and run your hands all the way down to your ankles. And then hands to the front of the shins or the thighs, take an inhale. And exhale to fold. Lovely. Let's rise all the way up, take an inhale. Hello, Milu. Hands coming down to heart. Exhale. Beautiful. So we're going to build up our little sun salute here. So just making sure that you're standing at the top of your mat. So you've got some runway behind you. You're going to have to move, buddy. I know. Otherwise, it's going to be a flat cat. So here we go. Let's start to build up a little bit of heat now. So inhale, take the arms out and up. And this time as you exhale, bring the hands behind you and maybe interlace them so your palms are open. Draw the knuckles down, take an inhale. And as you exhale and fold over the legs, bend the knees, maybe lift the arms up and over. If that's not for you, just bring your hands down onto the backs of the legs there. Lovely. Let's all release the hands. Fingertips to floor, shins or thighs, lifting up halfway. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, slide or step your right leg back and bring the knee down to the floor. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way out and up. And as you exhale, do a little cactus with the arms and lift your chest as though towards a beautiful rising sun. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, we'll bring both hands down, frame the foot. Picking up the back knee, we'll inhale into a downward facing dog. And as you exhale, roll the body forwards to a plank. Inhale, beautiful. Shift the weight forwards and then lower your knees and lower your chest all the way down to the floor if you can. Lift your chest into a cobra, breathing in. And breathing out, come all the way down onto the mat. Back onto all fours, breathing in. And breathing out, up into your downward facing dog. Pause there for a moment as you push your hands forwards and down and lift your hips up. And then shifting your weight to your left foot, you're going to sweep the right arm up, right leg up, breathing in. And then lower the right leg, breathing out. Other side, left leg lifts, breathing in. And then lower the leg, breathing out. This time we're going to lift the right leg up, breath in. And as you breathe out, step or help it forwards, top of the mat. And drop the back knee. Sweep the arms out and up, breathing in. Do that little cactus, breathing out. Reach the arms up, take a breath in. As you breathe out, bring the hands all the way down. Pick up the back knee, and as you inhale, step to the top of your mat, and exhale to fold over the legs. Let's rise on an inhale, and then bring the hands down to your hearts. Exhale, lovely. Let's try the other side. So inhale, sweep the arms out and up. And exhale, bring the hands behind you, hands onto your bottom or interlace them. Palms are open as you inhale, draw the knuckles down. Bend your knees as you take that forward fold. And if you're lifting your arms, pause there for a moment. As you get to that forward fold, now maybe try and straighten your legs if that feels okay. Lovely. Let's release the hands down onto the lower back and then bring them to your shins or your thighs as you inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, left leg, slide or step it back and bring the knee down. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Then take that little cactus, maybe adding a little back bend. Exhale. Inhale, reach up. And as you exhale, bring the hands down to the floor. Inhaling, stepping into your downward facing dog. And as you exhale, roll the body forwards to a plank. Pause there as you shift the weight forwards on an inhale. Exhale, bring your knees down and then your chest down to the floor. Find your cobra as you breathe in, lift your chest. And then breathing out will come all the way down. Back onto all fours, breathing in. And then downward facing dog, breathing out. Pausing there for a moment as you lift your hips up a little higher. And then left leg floats up behind you, breathing in. And then lower the foot to the floor, breathing out. Other side, trying not to shift the weight from hand to hand as you lift the leg. Breathing out to lower. Left leg lifts up, take an inhale. And this time as you exhale, step or help it forwards and lower the back knee. Sweep the arms out and up. Breathing in, that little cactus as you breathe out. Lovely, arms lift, inhale. Exhale, find the floor. Pick up the back knee and look forwards and inhale, step the feet together, top of the mat. Exhale to fold. Let's rise on up as you inhale. Hands to heart. Exhale, beautiful. So I'm going to add on, coming up to the peak of our practice now, so a little bit of balance here. And if you're wibbly wobbly, remember, you don't want to be in a high lunge on the ball of the back foot. You can always drop the heel in for a little bit more support. So I'm going to take the arms all the way out and up and turn your palms forwards. Chopped off my arms, but my palms are facing forward. Catching hold of your right wrist or forearm. Inhale, reach up. And as you exhale, come into that lovely half moon stretch. Bowing the body over to the side there. Lovely. It will come up through the middle. And then changing sides, catching hold of left wrist or forearm. Come up and over. Try and draw that left hip back so your hips stay square towards me. Lovely. Come up through the middle. We'll breathe in. And breathing out, come all the way down into your forward fold. Lifting up halfway, breathing in. This time as you breathe out, you're going to slide or step your right leg back, but readying for a high lunge. So walk your left foot towards your left hand. All 10 toes are pointing forwards. And when you're ready, as you inhale, sweep the arms out and up. And as you exhale, take that little cactus, lifting your chest, draw the elbows down. Lovely. Inhale, reach up. And as you exhale, we're going to bring the hands onto your hips. A little bit of strength here. So straighten both legs. We'll take an inhale. And as you exhale, bend the knees, dipping the back knee down towards the floor. Lovely. Inhale, straighten the legs. And do that again, maybe coming down a little deeper towards the mat. Inhale, reach up, straighten the legs. This time as we exhale, we're going to slowly bring that back knee all the way down to the mat. Lovely. Flatten the toes. And then slide that front leg forwards, pulling the toes towards the face. Now square up towards that extended leg. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, take a little hinge forwards, just from the hips. Inhale, lift your chest. A little bit of balance here as well. And as you exhale, slowly take that little hinge forwards. Keep the chest lifted. One more time, inhale. And exhale, take that little hinge forward. So waking up into the hamstring, lovely. Slowly lift the chest. We're going to slide that left foot back, bending the knee. Sweep the arms up, take an inhale. And as you exhale, lower your hands. Frame the foot. Pick up the back knee. And as you inhale, take that left leg back into plank. And as you exhale, knees lifted or lowered, come down onto your tummy. Find your cobra or maybe an upward dog, pressing into palms of hands and tops of feet. And then we'll all meet in a downward facing dog. So we've got a little playful fun here. So depending on how your energy feels or how safe you feel about doing this, we've got lots of options. So let's all start by bending the knees as you look forwards. And as you inhale, walk, step or hop to the top of the mat. Exhale to fold over the legs. Anyone hop? Rise on an inhale. Hopping isn't obligatory. Bringing the hands down to your heart. Exhale, pause there, take a round of breath. Nice deep breath in. And a nice deep breath out. We're going to do that on the other side. So sweep the arms out and up, turning the palms forwards, taking hold of left wrist this time. Inhale to reach up. And exhale, coming over the top into our little side bend. Inhale through the middle. And as you exhale, swapping sides, gently tugging the arm above the head. Inhale through center. Let's come down into that forward fold, breathing out. Lifting the chest halfway, inhale. This time as we exhale, we're going to slide or step your left leg back. So make sure your feet are hip width apart and all 10 toes are facing forwards. And when you're ready, sweep the arms out and up into your lunge as you breathe in. And take that little cactus as you exhale, maybe lifting your chest if you're feeling brave. Let's reach the arms up, inhale. Hands coming to hips, exhale, lovely. So ready for that little knee dip. So we're going to straighten both legs, breathing in. Just dip a little way down, bending both knees, exhale. Try and keep the body upright, inhale, straighten the legs. So we're not leaning the body forwards, we're keeping the shoulders on top of the hips. Let's do that one more time, inhale. And exhale, bending the knee, beautiful, all the way down. You're gonna flatten the toes, so you brought that back knee all the way down. Extend the leg forwards, putting the toes towards your face. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, take a little hinge forwards. It might not be a big movement. Lift your chest, breathing in. We take that little hinge forwards. Exhale, beautiful. One more time, inhale. And last time, exhale. Lovely. So as you lift your chest this time, a little bit clumsy, we're going to slide that heel back in, bending the knee. Sweep the arms up, take an inhale. And as you exhale, bring the hands down, frame the foot. Pick up the back knee, and as you inhale, step back into plank. Exhaling, knees lifted or lowered, come down onto your tummy. Cobra, or maybe it's an upward dog, pressing into palms of hands, tops of feet. And we all meet downward facing dog, pushing the hips up and back. So again, yogi's choice on this next one. So you can walk, you can step, or bend the knees, look forwards. And as you inhale, walk, step or hop to the top of the mat. And exhale to fold. Let's rise all the way up as you inhale. And exhaling, hands to heart. And then just allow the arms to come down by the side of the body. Find your mountain pose there. Lovely. Nice deep breaths. Lovely, lovely. Gorgeous. Our last little bit now. Are we ready? Are we ready? Coming back down onto the floor, bringing the energy down towards our sunset. So hands coming to the heart. So maybe going a little slower this time as we begin to bring the energy down. We're going to inhale and sweep the arms out and up. And exhale, take that deep dive forwards and down. Mind your flat back, maybe fingertips on floor now as you inhale. This time as you exhale, right leg slides back. You're going to bring the knee down. Keep the toes tucked under. So come onto your fingertips. Inhale, lift your chest. And as you exhale, move your hips back into your little hamstring stretch. So you might have your front knee bent. You might slide the foot forwards and pull the toes towards your face. Do whatever feels good this morning for your hamstring. Lovely. You can stay there, up on your fingertips, or inhale, lift your chest. And as you exhale, allow yourself to hinge forward, so you're bowing down over that extended leg. Allowing the chin to drop, pressing the heel forwards and down as you find that space in the back of the leg. Lovely. Slowly, slowly, we're going to look forwards, bend that front knee. Right hand stays on the floor, and let's take the left arm up into a twist. You're turning towards your knee. Reach the arm up towards the sky, opening up across the chest. We'll breathe in and breathe out. Both hands come to the inside of your front foot. Glue your knee against your upper arm. And this time we'll take the right arm up. So we're getting a nice hip stretch, pressing your knee against your upper arm. Beautiful. Hands come down again on the inside of the foot. And we'll slide our way back onto all fours, separating your hands under the shoulders. Take an inhale. Exhale, bring your bottom back towards your heels into a child pose. Rise onto your knees. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. And as you exhale, bring the hands down to the heart. Back where we started. Sweep the arms out and up. Take an inhale. Exhale down onto all fours, tucking the toes under. Inhale as you lift your chest. And as you exhale, slide the hands forwards, top of the mat, as you bow down into your puppy pose. Slide the hands back under the shoulders, breathing in. And breathing out, we'll find our downward facing dog, hips nice and high. Pause there for a moment, maybe pop a bend in the knees if the back of the legs feel really tight today. And then just bending your right knee, extend the right leg up and back as you inhale. And as you exhale, step or help it forwards, avoiding any cats, top of the mat, and drop the back knee. Keep the toes tucked. Come up onto your fingertips, take an inhale. And as you exhale, move the hips back. So you can always keep a bend in the knee on the foot on the floor. We'll go ahead and be a bit more active there, extending the leg and pulling the toes towards your face. You can stay there, just propping yourself up on your fingertips, or breathe in as you lift your chest. And breathe out, bow down over that extended leg. Just make sure your hips haven't moved over to the left, that your bottom is in the middle of the mat there, as you find that lovely stretch in the hamstring. Lovely. Go ahead and bend your front knee, so we'll bring the foot to the floor. Keep the left hand on the floor this time as you reach the right arm up into that lovely twist. Take one more breath in. As you breathe out, bring both hands to the inside of the front foot. Knee presses against upper arm. I'm going to take the left arm up this time. You might find, like me, that one side feels much tighter to do that than the other. Let's bring both hands down and find your way back onto all fours, bringing your hands underneath your shoulders. Breathing in, we'll lift the chest, arch the back, and breathing out, bring your bottom to your heels. Let's rise up onto our knees, sweeping the arms out and up, breathing in. Hands to heart, breathing out. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Exhale down onto all fours, tucking the toes under. Lift your chest, take an inhale. And as you exhale into your puppy, you're sliding the hands to the top corners of your mat, chest dips down. Hands under shoulders, take an inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's drop that down onto all fours, take an inhale. And flatten your feet, exhale into your child pose. Last time, you're going to rise up onto your knees, sweeping the arms out and up, breathing in. And we'll all meet, hands coming down to heart. Pause. Finding your way back onto all fours. And this time we'll just widen your knees, point your big toes towards each other. And take a nice restorative child pose. So you can reach the arms forwards, or instead you can bend your elbows and just rest your forehead on the back of your hands there. So your chest is melting down between your arms, your upper back is released there. And just take a couple of nice, gentle breaths there. Move back down onto the floor. You hear Milu purring here. He's enjoyed his sun salutes, getting in my way. We've not seen him for a while, have we? And then when you're ready, walk your hands back towards your knees so you can lift your chest. Bring the knees together. Drop your hips to one side and then swing both legs out in front of you. Lovely. So again, you pop a bend in your knees. Now butterfly your thumbs. So again, one thumb hooks over the other as you reach the arms up towards the sky. Upper arms, hug your ears, take an inhale. Exhale, take that little hinge forwards. Again, maybe you can come down a little lower this time. Keep the arms by the ears as you inhale, reach up. Exhale, take that little hinge forwards. It might not be very far. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, take that hinge forwards, pause. And when there's no more forwards, let the hands come down, resting on your legs or around the tops of the feet, whatever works for you. So try not to move or bounce or fidget though, just finding that nice stretch in the back of the body. Don't worry about where your hands fall on the legs. Lovely. And then slowly, 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 we'll roll our way back up. And just as we did at the beginning, we'll bring that right heel in towards you and let that knee open out to the side. So squaring up over that extended leg, sweep the arms up, we'll take an inhale. And come down over the leg as you exhale, take that nice forward fold. You might cross your wrists and take hold around the outside of your thigh, your shins, or maybe the inside and outside edge of your foot. Again, not worrying about how far you've come down there. Easing the body forwards. And lifting the chest. Then take that left leg out on a diagonal. Sorry, Milu. Move your bum up. Left hand on your shin, your thigh, or you might be able to hook your first two fingers around your big toe. Then take the right arm up and over into a nice side bend. So keeping your chin, your chest facing forwards. If you're finding you're facing the floor, just bring that left hand a little higher up the leg there. We're going to swap arms, so bring your right hand down by your hip. You're going to sweep the left arm in front of the face. Point the toes and maybe lift the hips up if that feels good. And then slowly, slowly lower your hips down. You're going to cross your left leg in front of your right leg. You can cross at your ankles or you can walk the feet a little further apart for a deeper stretch. Fingertips find the floor and take a little hinge forwards. It might not be a very far forward fold at all, depending on how your hips are feeling today. So ease your way down. Keep your bottom pressing down into the mat as you take yourself forwards. And slowly, slowly walk your hands back towards the legs. Now pick up your knees. Now you've got your left ankle crossed in front of your right ankle. Just give yourself a nice big hug. Chin coming down towards your knees. And then releasing the legs, give them a little shake. And we'll try that with the other leg. So we'll bring the left heel in and let that knee roll open. So reaching the arms up, take an inhale. And then we'll take that hinge forwards. You can always cross at the wrists again and take hold around the outside edge of the leg or of the foot if it reaches. Easing your way down. Lovely. And sitting yourselves up. We'll take that right leg out on a slight diagonal now. So just bring that heel in towards your groin. Right hand on your thigh, your shin, or again, you might hook your big toe. We'll take the left arm up and over this time. So again, making sure your chest stays square towards me. Lovely. Then we'll reverse the arm. So left hand comes down. Sweep the right arm in front of the face. Point the toes. Maybe lift the hips up if that feels good this morning. And then we'll come all the way back down. And crossing right leg in front of left. So again, you might cross at your ankles or your shins. Fingertips to the floor in front of you. We take that little hinge forward. So one side might feel like me, a little more bendy than the other today. Slowly, slowly walk your hands back towards you. Lift your chest. Bring the knees up towards you. So this time we've got right ankle in front of left ankle. As you give yourself a big hug. Lovely. And then we'll uncross the legs. Give them a little bounce, bounce. And coming down onto your backs now. So easing your way down. Hugging the knees in towards the chest when you get there. And maybe having a little rock from side to side. Oh, that feels good. And then bringing your left foot to the floor. Let's just keep the right knee hugged in towards your chest. And again, it might track out towards your armpit a little bit. And then slide the left leg out in front of you, pushing the heel down towards the mat and pulling the toes towards your face. You're getting a nice stretch out through the lateral muscles of the low back there. And then bringing left hand onto your right knee. Let's come into a little twist. So bring that right knee across the body. Don't worry if it doesn't quite reach the floor there. Getting that nice sense of rotation through the spine. And we'll roll onto our backs. And just extend both arms and both legs into a full body stretch for a moment. Maybe have a little arching of your back, a little wiggle into your hips there. Before we swap sides, so bending both knees, feet to floor. Just bring your left knee up and in this time, giving it a nice hug, a nice squeeze. And any issues with your back, you can always keep your knee bent or go ahead and slide the right leg out in front of you, pushing the heel down and pulling the toes towards your face. Lovely. Bring your right hand, onto your left knee. And bring that knee across the body into a twist there. So rolling onto the outside edge of that right leg. And rolling onto your back. Let's bring both knees in towards the chest one last time, but this time the knees are wide and the big toes are touching. Slide the hands down the front of the legs, maybe towards your shins or maybe towards your ankles there. And when your arms are extended, knees nice and wide, go ahead and think about lengthening your tailbone down the mat away from you, pressing your lower back in towards the floor. So most of us won't be able to get all of our low back down. Just get that sense of dropping some weight into the back of the pelvis. And you've got the option to stay here or joining me in happy baby. You take the soles of the feet up towards the ceiling, lifting your head and shoulders so you can take hold around the inside or outside edge of your feet. Head and shoulders come back down onto the mat so your shins are perpendicular to the floor. Your knees are coming down towards the outside edges of your body and you might have a little rock, happy baby-like from side to side. Lovely. And then when you're ready, go ahead and bend your knees. Bring your feet back down. Bring the knees back in towards your chest. Have one last little circle or massage there before bringing your feet to the floor and finding a comfortable position for Shavasana for you today. So for some of you, that might mean keeping your feet on the floor and your knees bent. For others, it might be extending the legs out in front of you, whatever feels good for you today. Lovely. So again, finding whatever feels nice for you today. Beautiful. And then when you're ready, taking a nice deep breath in. As you breathe out, just let the back of the body gently accept the support of the floor beneath you. Allowing the breath to settle. Nice deep steady breaths there. Now I've got the blinds closed so I can't quite see whether we've brought the sun, but hopefully it will make an appearance in the next day or so. As you lie down on the mat, you can almost visualize, imagine you're lying there basking in the warm rays of the sun. Lovely kind of all enveloping warmth that brings relaxation and ease to the body. Just imagine yourself basking there just for a few more rounds of breath. When you're ready, just beginning to bring a little bit of movement back into your body. Maybe it's a gentle roll across the back of your head or a wiggle of your fingers, wiggle of your toes. And feel free to have a full body stretch for a moment. If you're sitting up with me, you can just reach your fingertips up towards the sky, or if you're lying down, go ahead and reach the arms back behind you, stretch the legs out again, maybe have a little wiggle and a jiggle there. Bringing some movement back into the body before you lower your arms. If you're lying down, hug the knees in towards your chest one last time. And just turn or roll onto one side or the other. It doesn't matter which side you turn to, wherever there's more space. And find a comfortable seated position. Lovely. We'll end our practice together by bringing the hands together at the heart. Drop some weight into your elbows. Lift your breastbone to meet your thumbs. Lovely. And as you inhale, sweep the arms out and up one last time, gathering up beautiful rays of sunshine to come. And exhale, hands to heart, chin to chest, wishing each other namaste and hopefully a sunny day ahead of us. And thank you for coming. Thank you, thank you. So I hope that I was a bit worried because suddenly the very strange message kind of popped up on my computer. So I hope that you were okay and you could actually see me throughout the practice.
Yes, no problem.
Yeah, this sort of strange Adobe message came up, which is always peculiar. So I'm hoping it's all recorded okay. But thank you for coming. Ian, have a lovely time with your family next week.
Thank you very much, yes.
We'll be back at 10 o'clock next week. So I'll pop it up there in the next couple of days. So if you want to come along and join me, I'm here for July and then we're going away for a bit in August. So I'll keep going for July and then we'll disappear. So enjoy the rest of the day and thank you.
Thank you. You too.
Take care now. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.